Excerpts from the Jodo Shinshu. 33. A collection of passages revealing the transformed Buddha bodies and lands that are provisional means of the Pure Land Way. Passages 67-70. Compiled by Jodo Shinran, disciple of Shakyamuni. Passage 67. Truly we know that those who perform single praxis with a combined mind do not attain great joy. Hence, Master Shinran states, such people do not realize the Buddha's benevolence, and do not respond in gratitude to it. Though they perform practices, they give rise to contempt and arrogance in their hearts. For they act always for the sake of fame and profit. They have been enveloped in self-attachment unawares, and do not approach fellow practicers and true teachers, preferring to involve themselves in worldly affairs. They obstruct themselves and block others from the right practice for birth. How grievous it is that, since the beginningless past, foolish, ignorant human beings, possessed of defilements and hindrances, have mixed the auxiliary and right, and combined the minds of the meditative and non-meditative practices, so that they have had no chance of attaining emancipation. Reflecting on our transmigration, in birth and death, we realize how hard it is to take refuge in the power of the Buddha's vow. How hard it is to enter the ocean of great shinjin, even in the passage of countless kalpas. Truly, we must sorrow at this. We must deeply lament. Sages of the Mahayana and Hinayana, and all good people, make the auspicious name of the primal vow their own root of good. Hence, they cannot give rise to shinjin, and do not apprehend the Buddha's wisdom. Because they cannot comprehend the Buddha's intent in establishing the cause of birth, they do not enter the fulfilled land. 68. Thus, I, Jodo Shinran, disciple of Shakyamuni, through reverently accepting the exposition of the Subandhu, author of the treatise, and depending on the guidance of Master Shinran, departed everlastingly from the temporary gate of the myriad practices and various good acts, and left forever the birth attained beneath the twin solid trees. Turning about, I entered the true gate of the root of good and the root of virtue, and wholeheartedly awakened the mind, leading to the birth that is non-comprehensible. Nevertheless, I have now decisively departed from the true gate of provisional means, and, my self-power overturned, have entered the ocean of the selected vow. Having swiftly become free of the mind leading to the birth that is non-comprehensible, I am assured of attaining the birth that is inconceivable. How truly profound in intent is the vow that beings ultimately attain birth. Having entered forever the ocean of the vow, I now realize deeply the Buddha's benevolence. To respond with gratitude for the supreme virtues, I collect the crucial passages expressing the true essence of the Pure Land Way, constantly saying, out of mindfulness, the name that is the inconceivable ocean of virtues. Ever more greatly rejoicing, I humbly receive it. 69. Truly we know that the teachings of the path of sages were intended for the period when the Buddha was in the world, and for the right Dharma age. They are altogether inappropriate for the times and beings of the semblance and last Dharma ages, and the age when the Dharma has become extinct. Already their time has passed. They are no longer in accord with beings. The true essence of the Pure Land Way compassionately draws all of the innumerable evil, defiled beings to enlightenment, without discrimination, whether they be of the period when the Buddha was in the world, of the right semblance, or last Dharma ages, or of the time when the Dharma has become extinct. 70. Relying on the teacher of the sutras, and turning to the commentaries of the masters, I find that, with regard to the teaching of sutras, there are 5 kinds, distinguished in terms of their expositors. First, the Buddha's exposition. Second, the exposition of holy disciples. Third, the exposition of heavenly beings and hermit sages. Fourth, the exposition of demigods, and fifth, the exposition of miraculous spirits. Thus, the latter 4 kinds of exposition are not to be relied upon. The 3 Pure Land Sutras are the great sages' own exposition,